And now joining us in the studio with further analysis on the annexation of the West Bank is Middle East expert from the Begin-Sadat Center at Ilan University, Dr. Mordechai Kedar. Dr. Kedar, thank you so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
All right, so first of all, what do you make of these latest promises? Do you think, do you chalk it up to campaign promises and slogans, or do you believe Netanyahu when he says that if he's prime minister again, he's going to annex most of the West Bank?
Well, here in Israel, since those who we elect work for us, they have to work for us. Means if he understands that the Israeli population, or at least the majority of the Israeli population wants to annex at least some parts of the West Bank, means the big concentrations of settlements, so why not?
Well, but he's not saying some parts. He said we won't evacuate any of the settlements and we won't leave them under the PA.
Well, look, this is some kind of, first of all, this is how negotiations are in the Middle East. First of all, you said everything belongs to me. Okay, now what do you give me? This is actually what I think he started to understand, how to behave in the Middle East. Here in the Middle East, if you give up on something, you say that I am ready to give up on something. The negotiations start after you gave it up. Means it's not yours anymore. You cannot pay it anymore after you said that you don't need it. So this is some kind of a dent in the mind of the Middle East. Here you have to say from the beginning, everything belongs to me, I don't need you, I don't want to even negotiate.
And then it looks like we're giving something.
Then okay, what? Do you want something? Give me something else. I'll give you something. So this is, maybe if this is the way which he starts the negotiations with the Palestinians or with others after the elections, this is a good start.
See, and so you see this. So you do see this as a campaign ploy and as him listening to the Israeli public? Because I'm not sure the Israeli public majority really...
Neither Netanyahu nor the Israeli population want to annex the city of Hebron, the core city of Hebron. They don't want to annex the city of Nablus and Jenin and Kalkilia and Tulkarem and Ramallah. This is why I think that the only solution will be when these cities will be independent. Everyone will be the emirate for itself. This will give Israel security and they will set them free from us.
So let's talk actually a little bit about your Emirati solution, because that really divides the remaining Palestinian territories into various factions based on familial and clan kind of connections. Yeah. So with that in mind, if Israel were to annex large sections of Area A...
The rural areas.
Right. What does that leave for the Palestinians, and what do you do with the rest of the population that lives there? Because we're talking about millions of people.
First of all, not many millions, it's maybe 2 million. Maybe.
2 million is 2 million people.
Okay, which they don't want to be part of us. And surprise, we don't want to have them with us as well. Okay? So if they don't want to be part of Israel and we don't want them to be part of Israel, let's give them the new entities in the cities, while Israel should forever remain in the rural areas in order to make sure that they don't have terrorist contiguity. And this is the problem. Because if there is a Palestinian state based on many clans, as it is in Syria or in Iraq, it will need a constant or a permanent external enemy. And we are the enemy. Means they will find us as the enemy. Means to think that the Palestinian state will be peaceful is totally opposite from the reality. Here, a Palestinian state, which will be a failing state anyway, because it's based on multiple groups which never get married with each other. They don't have the awareness of a nation, just like Iraq, just like Syria, just like Libya, just like Yemen. And this is the source of all evil in the Middle East. When you build a state like on heterogeneous society, it falls apart as it happens in Iraq and Syria and so forth. Only when you base a state on a homogeneous society, like in Dubai, Kuwait, Qatar, and so forth, this is something which can be viable.
All right, Dr. Kedar, as always, thank you so much for coming in and sharing with us your insights.